I'd like to invite everyone to stand for the pledge of the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, welcome everyone to the July 3rd meeting. I don't want to really rush through everything, but I'm sure some folks might want to go to the Northeast fireworks tonight. Of course, tomorrow will be the finest fireworks in the whole county, here in downtown Elkton. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes of June 19th?
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Financial report and payment of the bills. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the financial report? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have a budget amendment. Steve Repoll?
Yes, I do. Budget amendment number 2019-10 is to recognize the receipt and expenditure of the Elkton Downtown Facade Grant through the Community Legacy Program in the amount of $5,683. This is for fiscal year 2019.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve budget amendment 2019-10?
So moved. Second.
And a second. Very good. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. 10 budget amendments, not too bad so far. Lou, you're on.
Okay, the first I have is the Ray Cross lease, Ninth Amendment to lease agreement, the town's lease 207 Louisville Avenue to the American National Red Cross for 15 years. And they want to secure it for another year. And the term would be from March 31st, 2020 to March 31st, 2021. Since they've been a good tenant, I would recommend that we authorize the board authorize the Ninth Amendment lease agreement, allows them to have that facility for another year.
We have a motion to approve the Red Cross lease, Ninth Amendment for a one-year extension of lease on the premises of 207 Blue Ball Avenue.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any discussion on this lease agreement? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next thing I have is a memory of Bishop Huey L. Harris Sr. proclamation. Whereas Bishop L. Huey Harris Sr. was born on July 7, 1929 in Durham, Arkansas, and served in the U.S. Army from 1951 until his honorable discharge. Whereas Bishop Harris was a faithful and devoted husband for 65 years, a patriarch to his 13 children, and a host of grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and countless spiritual children. Whereas Bishop Harris fulfilled his life's call in Christian leadership service at the First Pentecostal Tabernacle Church, which was later named the Abundant Life Worship Center. Whereas Bishop Harris was a trailblazer, pioneer, and general in the Christian faith throughout 52 years of pastoral leadership and over 60 years of preaching the gospel. And whereas Bishop Harris never wavered from his calling, tireless, outspoken advocate for social justice and reform throughout Hartford and Cecil counties. Whereas Bishop Harris's legacy of love for the gospel and community service continues to inspire to this day. Now therefore, on behalf of the Mayor and Commissioners of the Town of Elkton and the citizens of Elkton, we honor the memory of Bishop Huey L. Harris Sr. on the 9th anniversary of his birth, hereby declared July 7, 2019, Bishop Huey Harris Sr. Day.
Very nice. Do we have a motion to accept Proclamation 9-2019 Bishop Huey L. Harris Sr. Day? A motion?
Second.
And a second. Any discussion on that at all?
On the discussion, it was well written, but the word community should have been put in one of those sentences, but that's okay, because he still serves the community here in Elkton, but that's okay, we're good.
Very good.
Yeah, they wrote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have.
All right, my report, the first thing I wanted to mention, next Wednesday's workshop has been canceled. So July 10th, 2019, our workshop that's normally on for 12:30 has been canceled. A couple things, the board and myself, we attended the Maryland Municipal League. I know it was Commissioner Mastriano's first visit to the Municipal League, and it's great for all of us officials to go and to not only listen and bond with other elected officials, but it gives us a lot of, hopefully we bring back some creative ideas on how we can make our town better. And we certainly missed you this year, Gene, but it was probably one of the finest keynote speakers that I've heard. She had a lot of energy, had a lot of faith, but she was really hitting them with me with her message. Earlier today was a monumental moment for the town of Elkton. The town of Elkton, we broke ground on the neighborhood community center. As we stated, it was something a long time in the planning stages. There was a lot of ups and downs with this project, and I think that we're also very pleased that we were able to move forward and break that ground. And I think, as all of us echoed, we dearly missed Mary Jo Jablonski. She was the light one of the driving forces of this community center, and we knew that with that sunshine shining today, that she was with us. So it was a great event today, and I think that the community is going to be extremely pleased when this project is done. I see that we have on the calendar a schedule for the building audit. I'm not sorry. We're going to be having a meeting on the water audit, but about I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, we discussed about having Severn Trent come in and do an audit on our billing side. Now, I think that we canceled that because I think Infomark bought Severn Trent, I believe, or took over. Where do we stand at with that?
Infomark's a new corporation, no longer affiliated with Severn Trent, which is,
Okay.
I think most of their assets are in the British Isles or wherever over there. So if we want to have them come in, actually Steve and I are going to meet with them next Wednesday, and we'll mention the possibility of having them do that.
Perfect.
Actually, yeah, we're meeting next Wednesday.
That would be absolutely wonderful. I wanted to touch base also about, I'm glad Dan's here tonight, our water meters. You know, we had a goal out there to have all these water meters done, and I think we all kind of agreed that by us doing them ourselves, that we would have them done by September of 2019. I know that that is not going to be achieved. What can we do to make this thing speed up? Because I think that one of the challenges that I have with my thinking here, I know that our water audit itself is, I'm trying to be very polite with this without too much going on to the camera, but our water audit, in my view, is going the wrong way. I think that if we can put some force behind getting these meters replaced like we wanted to, and then we can coordinate with Infomark to make sure that everything is getting properly billed, I think that we can capture where these issues are. I don't want to say it's, I just don't like the direction that this is going. And I think that we have to take this serious, this loss of water. And it's just a tremendous amount, and it's costing the residents of the town of Elkton a lot of opportunity to reductions of water bills. And when I see the amount that we're losing that could be going right back to our residents. And I think that we have to do everything in our power to try to find out where that water loss is. We're producing more water than we're billing for. And I just don't think it's acceptable.
That's not.
It's not acceptable. And I think everyone here echoes that. And I think that we have to put a full court press on this and figure out what is happening. I know we had that water main break on Whitehall Road, which we don't know how long that was leaking for, and that could be one of the causes, of course, for this water loss. But I think that we have to do our best to figure out how. I think we got, there's equipment out there now, I think, that we could tell, leak detection equipment, I think we ordered that not long ago. Maybe we can put this on some of these lines and see if there's any issue. But we have to find, we have to put the full court press. Thank you with that. I got an email from a resident in Hollingsworth Manor, and I know that my gosh, we spend a lot of resources, probably more resources in Hollingsworth Manor than anywhere in the town of Elkton, and I get calls about Hollingsworth Manor. Go figure that out. But we spend a lot of money over there. I know Public Works is over there quite a bit with doing community cleanup days. I know our police is a large portion of the proactive patrol is over in that area. But the comment that was made to me was, why isn't the town cleaning up the trash on their own property down on Cal Lane? Or is that Cal Lane? I think in row A or row B. Now, there's a fence down there, and I know it's not our trash. It's not our trash. It would be the resident that's throwing trash out, and it's going up against our fence. But they take pictures of it, and they show us, and they say, oh, it's the town of Elkton's trash, why don't you clean it up? Well, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's not our trash, we know that. But I guess I'm trying to come up with a solution. One time we talked about putting a dumpster down there. Did we ever try a dumpster, Dan?
We go down there about a couple times a week. Honestly, good Lord, I probably spend about 8-10 hours, man hours just stuff people dump every week. I got all the big stuff.
I
mean, I've got tons of it. I got mattresses galore, I've got carpet, I've got all that stuff. And we're constantly doing it a couple days a week.
And I know that, and I feel terrible even bringing this up because I know that you guys are there so much, and we're down there with the dumpsters, and they still throw trash in that one little, well, multiple corners.
That's right.
But do you think, well, I guess where I'm asking, do you think a permanent dumpster down there would help or hurt, or do you think people would come in and start dumping and not putting it in the dumpster?
They wouldn't make the dumpster, in our opinion. They'd be all
Okay.
over the place, so. You know.
I just don't know what to do down there. I drove down by there, but that's all. If you get an opportunity, drive through there and maybe we can come up with something.
I drive through there often, and you're right, you really can't pinpoint who's doing it because there's a specific spot. So whatever somebody has, and if they live down this way or that way, they'll bring it to that same point, and it just sits right there.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I don't suppose we have a camera or can install a camera down there, can we?
I think it wouldn't be in the line of sight with the other system that we have.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with it, so I'll have to drive down.
I'll
there.
take it down there.
Thanks, Rob, I was going to offer.
Oh, well, go ahead. No, you
got
can
it.
take it.
You got it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I think I touched base on everything that I needed to discuss. Rob?
Yeah, I've got a couple things to talk about tonight. One was to mention that the mural projects have begun and they're going well. Some gentlemen from the detention center came out today and did the final scraping of all the loose paint. The buildings are now smooth and ready to be painted. I have actually started painting one of the buildings myself, and I will complete that project. The other thing is, the 4th of July, the parking lot behind Main Street along Howard Street is going to be open for residents to place blankets and chairs and view the fireworks from there, taking some of the load and pressure off of Meadow Park. And Friday night, the Arts Council is going to be making a presentation to their first ever adult autistic artist, who is their featured artist this month. And that presentation will be taking place at 6:30 on Friday night, this Friday,
Where at?
at the Arts Council.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Thank you.
We already talked about the July the 7th, Bishop Harris, but I'll be one presenting that. Also, update for the Parks and Rec on June 2019, we had Wiffle T-ball league for children ages 2 to 5, 10 teams. Summer team began on Monday, June the 17th. And we had 74 children enrolled. The first week, we had 83 registered, and second week, and the camp is for ages 5 to 12. The attendance, attended field trip to Sky Dome and Plumpton Park Zoo. I'm reading my email. We had 1 week of camp preschool. We had 6 children registered for the camp. Our 5-star soccer league will begin July the 8th, and we have 7 teams. The league is for ages 3 to 6, and we are offering basketball and dance camp in July, starting next week, in addition to our day camp and pre-camp school. So that's the update for this month coming in. So, there we go.
Thank you.
And I was pleased to attend the groundbreaking today. So, that's it.
Very good. Charles?
You can listen, but you don't hear, but the word community is in that proclamation, so that's good. And he notes not only is he a preacher, but also has he been out in the community. The groundbreaking ceremony was good today. The last time anything was built on that land was in 1956, so here some 60 years later, there's going to be another building, which is the Recreation Center, so that's good. Steve, there are a lot of water bills. I saw the people out distributing the other day, and I also saw them coming around and shutting water off. Has there been a trend of people paying the water bills more so like they used to, or are people paying it later?
Well, there's a really trend. We know some sections are heavier than others as far as being delinquent in their payment. I think that's the next month's bill. But I haven't seen any change in the pattern of paying in late payment.
Okay, so that's a good idea.
As usual.
Right, and that's it. Jean?
I have nothing except to wish everyone a safe and happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Okay, this is the time we open up the floor for anyone to say anything. Mr. Rob Waltrip, you have something that you want to say this evening? Come on down, put you right there in front of the microphone.
Sign this thing out.
Yeah, please sign it.
The older I get, the weaker I get. I won't know why.
And the more grateful you are to see your eyes open another day.
Excuse me.
I said, the more grateful to see your eyes open another day.
Every day.
That's right.
Sometimes I don't deserve it. You understand that?
Yes.
I would like to, I'm running work out 242 Douglas Street in Elkton. I've lived there, seems like 100 years. But I want to do tonight, it completely turned around. Mayor and I spoke earlier about certain things, certain people come to me and said, can I talk to you later?
Could you pull that mic up closer so we can hear you, please?
Yeah. I'm always, doing that. So anyway, I would like to thank each mayor, each commissioner. Rob, it's good to have you aboard.
Thank you, sir.
I've known you for a while, maybe 10 years, 15, I don't know. I don't know you, but you got a lovely smile, I can tell you that.
Well, thank you.
You come, the chief, he's here, and the man with the money, or gets the money there, and the secretary, and my good friend, George. I thank you. The reason for that is I tried for, let's say 5 years, 5 years maybe. As you can tell, I'm a veteran, and there's certain benefits that I can receive through being in the military. Well, I was in need of I was in need of something that I could walk with, you know. So to try and cut it short, the town was instrumental in helping me with an approval that I didn't think would ever happen, but it did. I now have a special parking space where I live for handicapped. Might not seem like a lot, but it's alleviated a lot of problems since I've had it. A lot of problems that I had in the past, they're gone. Unfortunately, I live in a 2-story building, and the government got me a scooter. I ride around once in a while there lately. The kids will come up, they want to race me, you know. It's funny, they come up, you want to race that thing? Nah. So the government came out, sent an agent out, looked the situation over, and he said, you don't have enough room for a ramp, you know, coming out the ramp. You don't have enough room. And it was only 4 inches shy. Yeah, 4 inches shy of being, you know, but the government works one way, you do it the way they ordered it done, you know what I mean? You can't fabricate and things of that nature. The end result was, instead of a rent that's probably a couple $1,000, they come in there and they put a high lift, which is worth around $18,000. I didn't pay a penny. That means a lot to me, and especially being a vet. I didn't know anything about this when I went into service. You know, I was just a kid. Grabbed it. I didn't understand all what was happening. You know, I wanted to go. Yeah, I kept telling them, I'm going to finish school. And they said, oh, you go to school. And I did. You know, I went to basic training school, AIT, Advanced Infantry School. Then I went to sniper school. Then I went to, I could go on and on, jump school. Can you imagine? Jumping out of an airplane at 17 actually, was really scary. So, but all that I've received, I attribute to the town of Elkton. I really do. I don't put them foremost. There's someone else I put foremost, and I don't need to elaborate on that. but I can tell you that I really, really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
I think that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Mr. Walter.
Okay?
Thank you for serving.
Thank you.
I know Mr. Ed Alginder would like to come up and say a few words tonight. Ed Alginder. You didn't know who told me that, Charles?
Ed Kinder, 9800 Place, Elkton, Maryland. I think today was the start of a new beginning for the town of Elkton, the Parks and Recreation Department, with the groundbreaking for the new recreation center. And being a member of the advisory board, we're ready to get up, hit the ball running and going, and getting that place facilitated and getting things moving for the Parks and Rec. On Monday, we had a tour of the 5K track at Meadow Park. Matt Roberts, who's the supervisor for athletics for the Cecil County Public Schools, and Bruce Klein, who's the athletic director for Grove Manor High School, were there. And thanks to the chief and Dan, we had 2 of the Gators, and Mary and myself were accompanying these 2 gentlemen. We toured the track, and there's very little maintenance that's going to be needed to get the track in shape. In fact, it's almost ready for athletic competition. And they made some recommendations which will not be much cost to the town of Elkton, if any at all. Most of these meets are run by the schools, respective schools, and they have their own personnel that set up the tracks for the contestants. Most of the programs cross-country in the county, they have a men's varsity, a women's varsity, and then a JV program for both men and women. And all 4 of those teams would be competing the same day. As far as transportation, that would be supplied by the respective schools. So the only thing really the town would need would be possibly crossing guards on Delaware Avenue. The only change they felt should be made, instead of running around the road paving around Meadow Park, cut lower one of the mowers and just cut a grass around the outside of the track for the contestants. I haven't been back there to the ponds in years, and I'm telling you one thing, Elkton has a gem that's not recognized, and it's another venue that the town of Elkton can use, both for the citizens of the town and also for the county. And I think it's a venue that we can add to the program as far as Parks Recreation. So.
Thank you, Ed. Ed took it upon himself to get the high schools involved after we did our Lucky Charm 5K race during St. Patrick's Day. The track is that Public Works helped put together, and it's a beautiful track, and we felt it might be great for all the schools to enjoy it, and I think we can do some tournaments where the high schools are going to use this for some of their cross-county meets. It's pretty exciting, actually. Anyone else have anything to say this evening? Mr. Lemon, you have anything?
I might, but I'm not going to.
All right. Pat, anything this evening?
I'm good.
Very good. It is 7:30 and this meeting is adjourned.
I did compliment the program this morning. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you, Pat.